Just wrapped up watching episode 8. We got to see all the men and women go try on their wedding attire, all the wedding dresses, and everybody getting in their suits and tuxedos. Then we just got to spend a little bit more time with each couple individually. And yeah, I liked this episode. Had a happier vibe. I mean, we did have some issues come up with some of the couples, but I really enjoyed it. I don't like the big drama, the big negativity. I just want to see some people fall in love. One thing I want to talk about first is the Jessica and Barnett conversation. We see Jessica say she wants to meet with Barnett because she wants to make sure she has no regrets. And then she talks to Barnett and then acts like there totally wasn't anything there between them, and that wasn't what she was looking for, was a second chance with him. And it came off as very bizarre. And then she was just going on and on about, I just thought you and Amber were an amazing couple. It was just gave me a weird vibe. Probably know by now Jessica's not my favorite person on the season. And I thought things did, after that conversation, did start going better for Mark and Jessica. So maybe it is working. It sounds like they've, been intimate together now, and Mark is really putting the effort in and wants to get them back to that initial connection and remind her like why they picked each other. And I'm starting to think that maybe there is a chance that they make it. I feel weird saying that right now, but she's slowly getting over herself, I would say. We did see when they were with the wedding shopping that she didn't quite seem fully into it, and that was kind of a sign to me that maybe it's not a yes yet, but I think we are moving in that direction. We also had a little bit of a bombshell from Kelly and Kenny. We find out that they have not had sex yet, and that's a major concern for Kelly. And she wants to have a firm emotional connection before they have that physical connection, because she's not sure if the sex is going to be good without that connection. So that was kind of interesting. That was about all we saw from that couple this week. Up till now, I haven't really seen any issues with them. So yeah, that was kind of interesting, and I'm sure it will be something that is discussed moving into the weddings. Who else should we talk about? Lauren and Cameron. We saw the conclusion of Cameron talking with Lauren's dad, and I have to say, I thought Cameron handled himself amazingly. He was very cool, very calm, just like he has been for everything all season long, and he really handled that well. We do start to see Lauren is starting to get some pre-wedding jitters. She's worried about who to invite. She's having a hard time telling her friends and family that she's getting married. And it's hard to say if that is because they are an interracial couple or just because Lauren is just having a little bit of a hard time with the speed of this whole process. But I'm still rooting for them. I need them to work out. So please do, Lauren and Cameron. Amber and Barnett, they had a little bit of a weird conversation at the end of the episode tonight. Amber basically started posing the question, are you going to choose me or are you going to choose your family? And she said, like, what would have you done if your family just didn't like me and didn't approve of me? Or what if your family didn't show up to our wedding? Or if we're in a situation with your family and I want you to back me. And I thought some of what she was saying was, very realistic things to be asking, but it started to veer away from that into more of a controlling nature. And I just don't like that side of things. Like, you can be in a relationship with somebody and not agree with them. You don't have to have the same political views. You don't even have to have the same religion or anything of that nature. And you can still work as a couple. I mean, there needs to be some compromises in those areas, but you can still work together and you can still be different and be different people. So I wasn't a big fan of the way Amber steered that conversation, and Barnett didn't really do a good job of handling himself in that conversation. He didn't have an answer to any of the questions, not even like a wishy-washy answer. He was just, I don't know, or didn't answer. Let's move on to Damien and Giannina. They kind of made up a little bit this episode. They had a fight really over like social media, and then they finally sit down to a one-on-one dinner, and the whole time you can just see like Giannina is just like can't help herself. She's got to reach for that phone, and as soon as Damien starts talking, she just like is reaching for the phone and like trying to like stop her hand, and she had to check, see how many likes and followers she had. But eventually she put the phone down. They had a real good conversation, and I really thought that they got over some of their hurdles, and I feel like they're in a much better place now than they were the last two episodes. I was starting to wonder if Damien was starting to be a little bit checked out from the whole process, and I'm starting to think that I was wrong in that assessment because he seemed like he was there, he was present, and he wanted to improve their relationship. Who am I forgetting? I feel like I'm definitely forgetting one couple, but let's call that it for the episode. Whoever I forgot, whoopsies. We'll see you next episode.